Hello, my name's Kevin from the Greenery Garden and Home. Today's topic is about pruning crepe myrtles. It's that time of the year now while the trees have gone dormant to start thinking about pruning of them, and I'm going to go through the various stages of how to do that. So before I demonstrate on how to prune the crepe myrtles, we need to look at the reasons why we need to prune them. They're the sort of tree that don't have to necessarily be pruned, but perform better and flower better if they are pruned on an annual basis. Now the time of the year that we do that is generally after the leaves fall from the tree. One of the good characteristics of crepe myrtle is they have nice autumn colour, and if we prune them say immediately after flowering, then we actually are removing a lot of that lovely autumn colour, which is a bonus with the tree. So it's better to let the tree go through its normal shedding, ridding of its older leaves, and then once it's bare, then we can look at pruning the tree. So here at the Greenery Garden and Home, we have a number of crepe myrtles planted in our store gardens. They are spectacular trees in flower in summer and flower over a very long period of time. And pruning helps to encourage that really good, dense flowering in the trees. So we tend to prune these trees every year. It's June here in Melbourne now, mid to late June. And ideally the trees are normally pruned a bit earlier than this, but the season's been very long this year and the leaves hadn't fallen early enough, so we're only just getting to the stage of pruning the trees now. It's a fairly simple process. The previous season's growth is removed from the tree. That's the growth that produced the flowers over last summer. In doing that, it promotes new growth in the spring and a fairly vigorous growth, which is what produces the masses of flowers. So when we're pruning the trees every year, we come back to what they call the main framework branches, or knuckle on the main branches. The knuckle is where all the buds are congregated and ready to reshoot next spring. So all the previous season's growth are pruned back to that same point every year. So we're about to start pruning, and I just want to mention a couple of the tools that are used in the process. It's worth investing in a very good pair of quality secateurs. Here at the Greenery Garden Home, we recommend the Falco brand. It's recognised worldwide as being one of the better quality secateurs. And you look after the Falcos, they last a very long time, and they're a terrific tool for pruning any plants in the garden. The other thing you may need for heavier branches is a pair of loppers. Loppers essentially are a larger form of secateur. With their longer arms, they give you a bit more leverage when you're pruning thicker or heavier branches, and they give you a bit of extra reach when you're trying to prune branches that might be a bit higher on the tree. These work with extra leverage, so they're ideal for pruning thicker branches. Most of the smaller branches you can get away with just a general pair of good quality secateurs. With any type of pruning that you are doing in the garden, it's worth remembering that the tools that you use need to be kept sharp. Like say a knife in a kitchen, you get much better results if the tools are sharp. So it's worth maintaining the edge on any of your cutting tools, and that's particularly important for secateurs. Makes the job a lot easier, and it does less damage to the plant when you are pruning. So this is an example of a crepe myrtle that has all the previous season's growth, the old flower heads at the ends of the branches. These are all pruned right back to where they originate on the main knuckle of the structured branch. This is all growth that was produced last season with the flowers on the end of the branches. So they all need to come back and are all removed from the tree itself. And I'll just go through and show you how we do that. It's just as easy as cutting the branches back to where they originate at the knuckle. All the small fine twigs are also removed right back to where they originate. And it's just a matter of working around the knuckle, cutting the branches out. These will all be discarded. And we do it branch by branch. And we end up with something that looks like that. No branches are left. You clean up any of the old twiggy growth, any of the old dead leaves, and this in springtime will produce new growth, new branches, and then more flowers next summer. So it's a matter of working around the tree gradually, branch by branch, and then pruning out the unwanted growth. I hope you've enjoyed the pruning session here at the Greenery Garden Home on how to prune crepe myrtles. It's a fairly straightforward job. You get much better results if you do prune your trees on an annual basis. You can manage the height and the size of the tree, and your flowering will be a lot better from year to year. So if you remember, winter time is the best time to do it, any time after the tree loses its leaves. Thanks for watching.